So when you get 12 mark questions, often you could have had a 12 marker on the legal and ethical issues which we talked about in the previous question. One thing I should have said in the previous video is when you're talking about legal aspects, if you talk about a law, show me you understand it. So if you're telling me and you're talking about Data Protection Act, tell me that you understand what a company must do as a result of that, i.e. back up customer data, keep it safe, make sure the data's up to date regularly, all right? But before I move on, let's move on to this. AQA Travel is a tour operator that sells holidays to places around the world. Get that underlined. They are giving you background information that you can use in your answers. So they sell holidays. They hold their customer details and business data. These are things you should be pulling into your answers to get context marks. Following the recent news about malware attacks on businesses, the management are investigating how they could protect themselves against malware attacks. Describe 4 methods that could be used to prevent infections, all right, to minimize the damage, or to minimize, all right? When you get a 12 marker, there's generally, it comes in sets of 3. So if there's a 6 marker, there's 3 points to have. If there's a 9 marker, if there's a 6 marker, there's 2 key points to explain. If there's a 9 marker, it's generally 3. If it's a 12 marker, it's 4. All right, that's how you need to see it. So, in terms of what you could have written here, regular backups of data and test backups, that's going to be 1 point for that description, okay? But if you say, back up the data so that you can restore any data that has been damaged by malware, you could even get points there to say some malware, such as ransomware, will encrypt the data or encrypt the holiday data. See how I got back to context there? So I could say, have regular backups. That way, if a malware attack, such as ransomware, encrypts the holiday and customer data, I can restore the backup later on. I've got my understanding, I've got my context, and I've got the mark for saying what it is. What this doesn't show is the context and how you could say it, which is why I'm going to add some of these for you. Secure the backups. All right? It's important to secure the backups because if customer data is stored on hard drives or other storage devices in a backup, and it's stored in the same building as or on the same network, that could get encrypted too. Having the data separately somewhere else that is not connected to your network means that the customer holidays are protected. See how I've done it loosely again? I've said customer holidays, context of the question. Block or remove email attachments. I would block or remove email attachments for the staff that work at the holiday company so that if they open up an email, it can minimize the risk of the computers being infected that are on the holiday network. So I keep going back to mentioning staff or what they do, their holidays, the customer details. Control software downloads, what you could have said there. You could say, staff that work in a holiday company are not likely to be IT trained. As a result of that, they may accidentally download software from websites that they shouldn't. If I disallow them from downloading software, I'm going to minimize the risk of those members of staff accidentally installing a virus. See how I keep going back to the staff and the context? That's what we should be doing. Antivirus up to date. By having antivirus software that is up to date, it means that the customer holidays and their bookings will stay safe should a virus attack happen on the computer. So there's lots there to go back over. Penetration testing, that's what that means there, penetration testing. Okay, not pen testing, not the pen that I'm writing with, all right? Penetration testing, you can say the holiday firm could minimize the risk or stop things from or prevent things from happening to the customer data by bringing an external company in to carry out a penetration test. The penetration test will find all of the weaknesses of the network, and the network staff for the holiday company can then put in measures to protect the customer holidays. Okay? I'm going to stop recording there, but have we got any questions on what people have written? Yeah?
Do you need like 6 of them to get 12 marks?
No. I just explained that a minute ago. If there's a 6 marker, it's generally 3 points per.
Okay.
Yeah? If it's a 9 marker, generally, it's generally always in 3s. What I'm looking for usually is state the name of what it is, explain what it is, and then link it to the context, and that's what's going to get you your understanding marks there, okay?
Yeah.